My girlfriend and I got into a fight about brains.
Not a fight, a disagreement. With receipts.
Over 1,400 human brains got scanned for this.
1,
I thought I had this one in the first 5 minutes.
2,
Then Stanford showed up.
3, 4.
4 theories. By the end of this, one of us was right, or neither of us was. Stick around. Hey, I'm No Bone.
And I'm his girlfriend. Nice to meet you, I guess. My brain just works differently than yours. That's science.
Is it though? I read something that said, that's not exactly right.
Obviously, men and women think differently. Look at us right now.
Fine. Let's stop guessing. Let's actually check. There's a study, one of the biggest ever done on this exact question. Tel Aviv University, led by a neuroscientist named Daphna Joel. Her team scanned over 1,400 human brains. Not surveys, not quizzes. Actual MRI data. Gray matter, white matter, the wiring between regions. They went looking for 2 separate categories, a male brain type and a female brain type.
And
They couldn't find it. Almost every brain they scanned was a mix. Some traits more common in women, some more common in men. Most of it just shared by both, sitting in the same skull at the same time. The researchers called it a mosaic, not 2 boxes. One spectrum, everybody scattered across it.
so I win.
Not so fast. There's a Harvard neuroscientist, Jill Goldstein, who studied this for years. Her summary is basically this. Sex-based differences are real. They show up clearly in things like disease risk, certain conditions hit one sex harder than the other, hormones do shape brain development in measurable ways. But for basic day-to-day brain function, the differences are small and the overlap is enormous.
So that's not a win for me either.
Nope, somewhere in the middle, which, if you know how relationship arguments go, is the least satisfying outcome for both of us.
I'm not done. Stanford ran an AI over brain activity in about 1,500 young adults. And this one actually found a strong, consistent pattern. Accurate enough to tell male brains from female brains apart. Different connectivity, predicting different things, depending on which sex the brain came from.
Okay, that's a real study too. So now we've got 2 credible research teams, both using real brain scans. And they don't fully agree with each other.
One says overlap and mosaic. One says a real detectable pattern.
That's not us picking a side to make good television. That's an actual live disagreement happening in neuroscience right now. The honest move is to just say that, instead of pretending there's a clean final answer. Because there isn't one yet.
Fine. Then explain multitasking. Women are just better at it. That's biological.
That one's been tested a lot too. And it's one of the shakier claims out there. Most controlled studies looking specifically at task switching haven't found a reliable sex difference in the actual ability.
Then why does it feel so true?
What they did find is a difference in how confident men and women report feeling about their own multitasking, which is a completely different thing than actually being better at it.
Okay. That one might not be biology. That might just be what we're told to believe about ourselves growing up.
Honestly, probably the most accurate sentence either of us has said this whole argument. Brains aren't fixed the day you're born. They physically change based on what you practice, what you're expected to do, the environment shaping you for years. So even in the areas where a real difference shows up on a scan, it's genuinely hard to separate how much of that was built in from birth versus built by everything that happened after. So where did we land? After 20 minutes of 2 people yelling neuroscience citations at each other on a couch, neither of us was fully right.
I wasn't wrong that real, measurable differences exist. Some studies back that up clearly.
I wasn't wrong that the old idea, 2 totally separate brain types, hers thinks like this, mine thinks like that, doesn't hold up against the biggest data sets we have. The actual answer is messier than either version. Some traits, some overlap, some open questions researchers are still actively arguing about. And a lot of the stereotypes that started this whole fight had way less hard evidence behind them than either of us assumed walking in, which might be the most no bone about it answer we've ever landed on. We didn't come out of this with a winner. We came out of it with a better argument. So next time someone tells you men and women's brains just work completely differently, that's science. You now know enough to ask them one question back. Which study?